Now, in this process of moving on from relationship after betrayal, we're starting to gradually create some distance from the situation. We're starting to come back to ourselves with our breath, with our power, with our energy. We're learning how to release, become more aware, and to micro adjust. It's like we feel tension, we can start to relax into that, breathe into that, shake it out. But now I just want to move into a process more of sharing from the heart. Yeah. Right, so we can enter a process of journaling. So I'll give you a few different ways we can do this. And sometimes we just need to acknowledge the story of what happened, like to get it down on paper. And it's best to write it, not type it, because the writing moves our personal energy onto a piece of paper. And this can be private for you, it's like your own personal journey. Now we're going to do it in quite a unique way. So it involves the right and the left hand. So regardless of whether you're left-handed or not, we're going to use both hands, okay? So the right hand is connected to the left brain. Yeah, right hand. And the left hand is connected to the right brain. Now, first of all, that's going to show up differently on the video. But yeah, left brain, right hand, right brain, left hand. Now the left hand, the right brain, is intuitive. It's irrational, it's spontaneous, it's childlike. It's an opening into creativity. And the right hand is more logical, organized, systematic, intellectual. Yeah. So writing with these two hands, we can create and articulate different states within us. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Big piece of paper or journal book. Yeah? With the right hand, you're going to ask a question. And with the left hand, you're going to write the response. We're doing this because we want to access our more honest feelings. Because what often happens in the betrayal, we've also talked about our own self-betrayal, where we go into like an illusionary space, a visionary space. We can also, not on purpose, deceive ourselves into imagining something's happening and it's not happening. We can deny things, we can suppress things, we can avoid things. And part of the process of moving on is getting real, is really feeling and seeing what is actually present. So we want to get into a written dialogue now. So with the right hand, we can start off with a very general question, which is like, how are you feeling today? Question mark. And you put the pen in the left hand, and without thinking about it, just writing. Whatever comes. It doesn't matter how beautiful or ugly or wiggly or spidery the lettering is. Just write. Yeah, see what comes. Yeah. So I'm feeling a little distressed, for example. Okay, so the right hand, the pen. So why are you feeling distressed? Because I have this pain in my heart and this sorrow in my soul. Right hand. Is there anything I can offer you to support you in this present moment? Left hand. I would like you to listen and to breathe and to feel with me as I share with you what's happening in my heart. Right hand. I'm here with you. I will listen to you. I am present with you. Left hand. Let's take a breath. I need to tell you, I felt really shocked when this happened to me. I felt lost and afraid and scared, disconnected and alone. I didn't know who to turn to. I didn't know how to function. I didn't even know how to move my body or to think in straight lines. I've been an emotional whirlwind and a storm unto myself. I'm with you. I hear you. I love you. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, just as an example. So it's like breathing. So when you start to do this practice, it's in a bigger context. There are different dimensions of ourselves. There's like a thought dimension, a feeling dimension, a sensation dimension, an energy dimension. And we're not always aware of them. We're not always aware of these different states that coexist inside of us. We might be predominantly a thinker or an actor, or in our emotions, we might operate in a certain way, and we're all different in how this happens. But in this writing process, we're getting to the core, to the essence of what is happening at a feeling state, which is unfiltered. Maybe the way I communicated, there's wilder emotions to express, which you can write down, let everything come out as it is. This is just an example. The important thing is when you're writing with your left hand is not to edit, not to think about it, not to judge it, but just to write it. And the right hand represents your loving self, your compassionate self. It's like the parent and the child, you could say. So it's like, I am present with you, I love you, I am here for you. Express whatever you need to, I can hold you. And what we're doing here is we're starting to create, like the angel in us is holding that place inside of us that is lost in the forest, in the darkness, in the shadows. It's like, I'm here with you, shining the light on you. I am warmth of love and presence. And we start to get in touch with this inner communication with the more vulnerable places in us that we might find very hard to show to the world because we're too proud or arrogant or defensive or egotistical or narcissistic, and all these things which are all defense mechanisms protecting us from the delicate vulnerability that lives inside all of us. However hardened you may appear, however defensive or reactive on the outside you may appear, inside of us we're all made of the same stuff: feeling, emotion, sensation, energy. So the left hand starts to reveal something of our true, authentic, emotional state. And we may not know what that is with the right hand, with the left brain. May not have the capacity, the intuitive capacity, the instinctual capacity to know that and feel that. It's busy explaining the whole time. And you might have noticed already that understanding the betrayal isn't enough. Understanding trauma and pain and emotional distress is not enough. We have to enter the feeling of it. Yeah? And this is where the left hand, in a very kind of safe context, the writing is a very safe context, is a good way to start the communication process. Now you can combine this, for example, like left-handed writing, you're in touch with all these feelings and emotions, and after this practice it might be a good idea to have a good old shake. Yeah, it might be really, really important. And you can combine that shaking. After that, it might be really good to come back to this parasympathetic breathing. Breathing in through the nose for 4, breathing out for 8. So you could combine these 3 things into one practice. A bit of journaling, getting in touch with emotion, feeling, and a bit of shaking to start to move that energy through the body, and then this integration and balancing, maybe hand on the heart, hand on the belly, breathing fully into the belly, fully into the heart, in for 4, out for 8. So also learning to calm ourselves down.